was diagnosed with stage 2A breast cancer December of 2010. I was 45. I had just turned 45. And then in 2011, I ended up doing chemo first, 6 rounds of chemo, 1st of February, started February 2011, and then after that had surgery, a double mastectomy, July of 2011, and then radiation in October, November of 2011. So I had the full gamut of treatment. I remember thinking, I want to close my eyes, and I just don't want to wake up. And I was so mad that I was so mad at the world and the doctors, and I just thought, this isn't working, and how can you feel so bad? And my tongue was swollen, didn't know it was swollen, you know, I had all kinds of issues and was hardly eating and just sick, and I thought, I just want to close my eyes, and I just don't want to wake up the next day and do this again. And then when I woke up the next day, I thought, well, darn it, you know, I got to go through this, you know, I've got to go through another treatment. And I wanted to quit, but felt like it was a sign of weakness, and you know, me being type A, you know, we got to go through it and just get to the finish line. And I thought, this is not really a way of living. This is being poisoned, and I felt it and just didn't have the courage to stop it. Then, the beginning of last year, I was doing blood tests every 6 months, and my blood tests came back elevated. And so went in for another bone scan, CT scan, PET scan this time, and found it in my spine, sternum, and a spot on my left hip. And so I did 1 round of chemo, and then at that point, that's where Ty Bollinger and Chris Wark, and even Kelly Turner's book, Radical Remissions, had just come out, and it was just released. And I saw that the day I went in for my round, and couldn't get the book in time, so I had that first round of chemo and came home that day, got the book, started reading the book, and then that's when I stopped the chemo. In talking with Chris, I asked him who he recommended, if he knew of anybody here in the Charlotte area, and he recommended Dr. Buttar, and that's how I got to Dr. Buttar. I think it was God just saying, there's another option for you. And so that's when I said, okay, stop. I don't care what happens, you know, I've got to look at something else. Someone else is speaking to me. Someone else higher is speaking, and I need to listen. Or I just know I would not be here today, not at all. I wouldn't have made the 12 rounds, the 12 treatments. When you get that diagnosis, you're shell-shocked, and it just takes all the breath out of you, and it just takes you right down to your knees. When I talk to other people, I tell them you have other options, and I tell them about Ty, and I tell them about Bill Henderson or Chris Wark or Dr. Buttar or 1,000 other doctors out there that are actually trying to get the message out that you don't have to go the conventional way. But I feel better today than I have in probably 10 years. I have tons more energy, and I started running again, and I ran 3 to 5 miles. until I broke my arm, and now I'm back down to square one. But I feel better today than I have in probably 10 years, at least 10 years. A thank you to Ty and Chris and Bill Henderson, and I've watched all of Ty's documentary, the whole entire thing, several times, and continue to watch some of his excerpts from on Facebook when he'll bring some of those out every once in a while. Dr. Gonzalez, and a big thank you to each and every one of those doctors who participated, because they truly saved my life. And I think Dr. Buttar definitely is one of those that this documentary, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't think I would have had another option. And so it's just a huge thank you. Thank you for doing what they're doing. So that's it.
Hi, this is Ty Bollinger. Thanks for watching. If you want to know the truth about cancer, click the link in the description below to watch our award-winning docu-series, The Truth About Cancer, A Global Quest.